Everybody wants end results, end results, end results, but forgets about the process, forgets about the moment leading up to the results, forgets about the work that you need to put in to get the results, forgets about all the beauty that's in that actually. The process itself is rewarding. It keeps you accountable. It holds you accountable to your discipline, makes you disciplined, and it shows you what it's like to really go after something. You don't appreciate it as much when it's easy. It's the struggle that you get from your process and your journey there is what makes you appreciate the end result so much more, right? Because you've struggled so hard to attempt to create the success of yours. You struggled so hard to even, to the point where you've doubted yourselves. I have thought about things and, did double takes and triple takes and really wondered, like, will I ever make it to the other side? Will I ever get to this end point that I really want, And then there are some times where I'm like, you know what? I have a lot of people to prove wrong. And that in itself is motivation for me to keep going. In my own head, I think of it like this. I want to prove people wrong that thought that I couldn't do this. I want people to look at me and maybe get inspired and see that yes, a lot of times I have struggled, a lot of times I have lacked motivation, I have lacked discipline, but it's always how you get up and how you let that lack of motivation, lack of wanting to do anything affect you, and how you get up to keep going is what matters. It's not about how long you've been down, how far you've gone backwards. It's all about your comeback. And your comeback will tell a lot and how you want to continue. Those things, those negative things, those setbacks, those doubts in your head, those failures in certain things are there to test you. And a lot of times people succumb to them. They fall short because they let those fears, they let those failures, setbacks get to them, and then they choose not to continue. If you're constantly getting up from your battles and you're constantly getting up from your setbacks and continuing, pat yourself on the back because you have already surpassed so many other people. You've already gotten to that point where you're not going to let anything get you down. A lot of people will quit just because of how hard the process is. The process is so much more rewarding than your goal. And that's because the process teaches you, molds you, and makes you who you are. Really tell yourself, I am made of this. I am made of what this can take, what this takes to succeed. I can do this. Ultimately, your struggles and your setbacks are actually doing a service for you. They're allowing you to become the best version of yourself. The best changes come when we're under pressure. Learn to fall in love with this process of yours. Learn to fall in love with this journey and don't fight it. A lot of us hate our journey. A lot of us question it. A lot of us wonder and worry. You're gonna make progress and you're gonna get there. So just allow the process to flourish and let it do to you and for you what it's meant to do, which is guide you into the right direction, lead you to where you're meant to be, and eventually you become this better version of yourself. What if this works out? What if this whole time that you were living and struggling and processing and becoming is all to lead you to a beautiful chapter in your life? Love yourself enough to take action based on your inner voice. Regardless of the moment and regardless of how you feel right now, it's that voice inside your head that tells you, I know that you really want this and I know that you don't feel like doing it right now, but I know that you will thank yourself later for continuing. Let your self-discipline be your self-love. If you desire to better your life, learn to appreciate your process. And as long as you appreciate what is, it'll lead you to what you've asked for. Happy Monday.